Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Israel Brief brought to you by Now of the Land. I'm Raleen Marks, and we bring you the headlines from Israel Monday to Thursday. Now, just before we get into today's top stories, I just want to remind viewers that there won't be an Israel Brief tomorrow and on Thursday because of Pesach. It is the Jewish holiday of Passover, and because of that, we won't be broadcasting. And at this juncture, I'd like to wish all of you who are going to be celebrating a Chag Pesach Sameach. I know for many of us around the world, this is a particularly difficult time as we are separated from our family, our friends, our loved ones, but we're all in this together and we'll get through this together. And just think how special next year's Pesach Seder is going to be. So let's take a look at the top stories making headlines in Israel today. And of course, top story is always about the coronavirus these days. And let's have a look at where Israel is sitting statistically. So at the moment, we have 9,006 confirmed cases of corona, with sadly 60 fatalities. And our thoughts and our prayers, especially at this time of the year, are with everybody who has lost loved ones or whose loved ones are fighting for their lives. And we have 683 people who have fully recovered and about 153 people in serious condition, with about 116 on ventilators. Now, last night, the Prime Minister announced that we would be enforcing a tougher lockdown starting at 6 o'clock tonight, Israeli time, and it's debating currently when that lockdown will end. Will it end on Saturday, or will it end as announced last night at 7 o'clock on Friday morning? So there's two schools of thought exactly where this is going to end, but this is to try and prevent people going from city to city. We had an incident the other day where somebody broke their quarantine and took the bus from Netanya to Jerusalem, and this prompted massive blockades and checkpoints along the highway to Jerusalem to try and find this person who no doubtly put so many at risk. And just as a side note, while we're talking about coronavirus, we often speak about BDS, the Boycott, Divestment and Sanctions movement, here on the Israel Brief. And many of us were astounded yesterday to hear the founder of BDS, Omar Barghouti, who's one for boycotting and breaking down any kind of normalization or peace talk, saying that should a vaccine come from Israel, that would be okay to use, because sometimes we will need to use something from Israel. Well, that is unbelievable hypocrisy, and one wonders that if Israel does find the vaccine to the coronavirus, which we are working on very, very stringently, could we perhaps find another one that could end hypocrisy? One just wonders. And at the backdrop of the COVID-19 crisis is also the unity government crisis. Within the last hour or so, word has come in that unity talks have frozen. There are a number of roadblocks that we are facing moving forward. Two things that we have agreed on. The first is that the Likud have agreed that Yuli Edelstein will not reprise his role as Speaker of the Knesset, and the Labour Party have said that they will join with the Blue and White to form a coalition like that. However, the talks have stalled. Now, last night, in his address to the nation, Prime Minister Netanyahu spoke about the importance of a unity government. He mentioned that Russian President Putin had endorsed a unity government, saying you need to come together to work for Israel. And we are hoping that these hurdles are gotten over soon so that we can get down to the business of having a well-run country, especially at this time. And our last story of the day is just something special that the city of Tel Aviv has been doing throughout this crisis. It's not unusual for the municipality of Tel Aviv to light up its building reflecting whether it's Yom Ha'atzmaut or a tribute to Magen David Adom that they did the other day. But what has been very touching is the city of Tel Aviv expressing Israel's solidarity with so many countries and communities around the world who are affected by this. We've stood in solidarity with Spain, with Italy, with China, with the United Kingdom, with the United States of America, and despite all the controversy over the ultra-Orthodox community that largely resides in Bnei Brak, in fact about a third of Israel's infections come from Bnei Brak and parts of Jerusalem. It was lovely to see Tel Aviv last night, the municipality lit up in solidarity with brothers and sisters in Bnei Brak. And also the iconic Azrieli Tower lit up with the words of the Shema, the ancient prayer, Israel or Judaism's holy prayer of declaration that we recognize the one God. It was really, really beautiful to see. So those are the top stories making headlines. If you're looking for reading material, we've got you covered. You can check us out at www.laoftheland.online. You can read Dave Kaplan's article on how Leket, which is an NGO, is working to feed people during this crisis. You can also check it out on our Facebook page. And while you're there, drop us a Pesach message. We're at Lottel's site. Like us or follow us. And also check out our YouTube channel. We're on YouTube at the Israel Brief, and help us out by subscribing, by clicking on the subscribe button. So with today's edition of the Israel Brief, which is the last one of the week, I'm Rolene Marks wishing you all Chag Pesach Sameach. Please stay safe and healthy, and we'll meet again next week.